think that poverty around the world is a lot of problem, and we cannot solve it by charity. Because when you give money, you cannot sustain the solution. People have to do business, they have to learn to have skills, and the good thing is that all the problems in the world have solution, and the solutions are already found in different parts of the world. The MENA BoP Global Conference is to bring as many as possible of these proven ideas and share it with everybody so that each of us can have more solution than the one we already have. If everybody knew what everybody knew, we will solve the problem of poverty in the world. Question is, how do we collaborate? How do we make sure that we can train other people? And how do we know who wants our solution? And also to ask for the solution that we don't have. So I started the BoP HUB in Singapore. The purpose is to create an efficient marketplace that can transform charity buying into social business. Why? Singapore is so rich. Is it the right place to create a BoP HUB? The answer is yes. When I was a child, I grew up in a slum. Singapore in 1957 was a very poor country. We have the same problem as everybody we see in the developing country today. No toilet, no electricity blackout, unclean water, poor housing, health problem, epidemic. We have all the different problems that the others have today. But in 25 years from independence, 1965 to 1990, Singapore transformed itself from a third world country to one of the richest in the world, first world country. So how did they did it? We focus on the root issue. Clean water, proper sanitation, so we have healthy people to create a productive workforce. Then we bring foreigners to invest in industry, create jobs, and so on and so forth. We build public housing, and problems get solved very quickly. I knew this because I grew up this way. I also know that this model can be replicated everywhere in the world. China copied Singapore development model since 1978, and they got 700 million people out of poverty in the last 30 years. Rwanda is copying Singapore and call itself the Singapore of Africa, and now it is the fastest growing African country of all, despite the fact that it is landlocked and it has a genocide some years ago. So the Singapore development model is what I would like to share with everybody, including Egypt and the Middle East, how we can get people out of poverty. The money is in the efficiency. The current donation market is not efficient. The NGO has high overheads, you have monitoring, evaluation, you have got consultants, and you have a lot of inefficiency. If we were to create a marketplace which cuts duplication, which creates synergy, which co-distribute, co-create, co-design all solutions together, I think we can have very, very prosperous country everywhere, and we will not have many poor people anymore. I founded the World Toilet Organization 19 years ago. In 2001, on the day 19th of November. That day, we call it the World Toilet Day. And after so many years, the United Nations realized that our advocacy is so effective in transforming the whole conversation that our founding day, 19th of November, becomes the UN World Toilet Day. And this is adopted by all 193 countries of the UN General Assembly. What did we do? Prior to our founding, the subject of sanitation, poop, toilet, shit, are words that cannot be spoken without embarrassment. So they call it the water agenda. But toilet, sanitation, hygiene goes beyond water. It is about health, dignity, safety. So I create the World Toilet Organization and call it the WTO. And with this, the media love it very much because it sounds like the World Trade Organization. And with this message, the media coverage about sanitation and focus on the problem. About 1/3 of the world don't have proper sanitation, and 60% of all the feces and sewage of the human being goes into the river, the lakes, the drains, the sea, and also on surface land. Very pollutive, spread a lot of diseases. So what we did was to tell all this story to every country and to really support. Bill Gates focused on health and realized that you cannot just cure the people, but you have to prevent the people from becoming sick. So he started to join the toilet movement and invested $300 million on technology and setting standards. Prime Minister Modi of India has just built 110 million toilets. This is an amazing movement that started in 2007 when we hosted World Toilet Summit in India, and all the politicians suddenly realized that promising people toilets is going to win you votes. So toilet becomes a competitive agenda among politicians until Prime Minister Modi promised to build 110 million toilets, and he won a landslide victory in the election. President Xi Jinping of China is now leading the China toilet revolution. He also knows that if you prevent, it's cheaper than cure. On top of that, tourism toilet is a profit-making business. If you have no toilet, you have no tourists. So when they improve the toilet, all their cultural assets, nature assets, and historic buildings and sceneries become sellable products. So toilet is very, very important. A human being cannot live a quality life if he don't have access to a clean, safe toilet. A lot of women are raped when going to the open to defecate. A lot of children under 5 die of diarrhea every year. Almost 1 million die unnecessarily. So our job as the World Toilet Organization is to go all over the world to advocate sanitation as a priority. And we are very happy that right now we can see that the SDG number 6 for sanitation will be able to attain its target by 2030.